My name is Jeffrey Davis, and I have a little bit longer opening for you today. We are being hosted by Jim Farrell at the world headquarters of PR First in Hanover, Massachusetts, Washington Street. What a great facility. We've built us a short-term studio. Pictures of Jim on the wall. I can handle it. And thank you, Jim, for hosting us.
It's my pleasure, Jeffrey, and welcome to everybody.
Right. Jim is, one of our reporters on Radio Entrepreneurs. Always a great source of social marketing, PR, and just a pillar of the community. I think our first guest is nodding as I'm talking, and I'm sure it's because of the comments about Jim. But our first guest is Martine Taylor, Executive Director, South Shore Habitat for Humanity. Welcome.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. For our listeners who don't know Habitat for Humanity, why don't you talk to us and explain it to us?
Habitat is a national organization, but I lead the organization here on the South Shore, and our goal is to bring home ownership opportunities to our working class families. And our goal is to build self-sufficiency through shelter by bringing the community together, building homes, and changing lives.
How wonderful. Now, I've had some friends, and we actually have someone who works with us on our Mage team, that's my consulting firm, who has done work in other cities. Can you explain a little bit more of what kind of work you do with homes so people understand? I think I do because of my friends who have done work for you.
Sure. So we are an international company. We're in 70 countries. There's 1,300 affiliates around the United States and Canada. But our goal is to bring the community together to build homes physically, to actually hammer a nail and get into the community. And my favorite line is always telling folks that Habitat doesn't build these homes. It's the community. It's neighbors helping neighbors. But we get land, put together teams of volunteers who come out and work with the business community and organizations, and we turn around and we build homes and allow families to move in and to become part of that fabric.
And these are people just like the people in this room right now, just people who care about people who want to volunteer, correct?
We tell you there's a place for everybody to volunteer, and whether you want to swing a hammer or be behind the scenes, or you're a business leader who is looking to bring your team out to look at civic engagement. And we know workforce right now is how do we retain talent? How you retain them is give them opportunities to give back to their own community, but also know that they can do it through the place that they're working.
Oh, how nice. How many, just as an estimate, how many homes did you build last year?
So last year we built 2, but this year we're on 1, and we are on pace in the next 2 to 3 years to do 15 to 20 homes. So we're in a growth spurt. We've done 58 homes here on the South Shore since our founding 30 years ago. And it really, if you are watching the media right now, housing is the topic. It's been ignored for so long, but housing's the topic, and we have such a deficit here on the South Shore, never mind the whole Commonwealth. And South Shore Habitat wants to be one of the solutions to the housing crisis here.
That's very nice. Can we make this a little bit more personal? How did you get involved with all of this?
I have been in housing my whole career, but it started off as an accident. I got out of college, and much to my parents' dismay, I was like, I don't want to work. Let's just get that hello, thanks for calling job, which I did. And I worked for a real estate tax firm in Boston and did that for a couple weeks till one of the women who was leading the FDIC properties and the low-income homes program in Boston left on maternity, and one of the partners came to me and said, you're going to now have a real job. And that was my entree into housing. Never thought that I would be there, and I've now spent 20 plus years in the housing industry.
Wow. So, for people like me, if we wanted to get involved, is it a day? Is it a week? Is it a month? How does the commitment look?
We can design the commitment to you. You want to come out and just build for a day, we'll give you an opportunity to do that. If you want to bring a company and bring your team out, we can work with you on multiple days. There's sponsorship opportunities. You could get involved with our events that are coming up. We have several events. Do you golf?
Such as?
Do you golf? Do you ride a bike?
Yes.
Okay, so we have our Ride for Habitat on September 15th. Jim has been a rider with us multiple times.
Three-wheeler, Jim?
Three-wheeler.
Okay.
Three-wheeler. Our big signature event is coming up on next Friday, which is our High Heels and Hard Hats Gala, and we'll be at Granite Links. And really, I tell folks, if you want to give back, you can give your time, your talent, or treasure. Give us money. Give us your enthusiasm. Come. And then on Sunday, the 24th, I tell people start the process backwards. come to our home dedication on Sunday at 2 o'clock on June 24th. We're going to close out Lakeshore Drive in Duxbury, and that is one of my favorite days of the year when I can say welcome home to a new family.
Wow. So I guess the nuts and bolts of it all, how do you generate revenue to build these homes and keep this whole organization going?
Have days like this and work with teams like PR First who want to get our message out there. The bottom line is people need to divest of their income. People want to give back. So we're always looking. I tell people I'm a professional beggar. We need financial dollars. But we also need your expertise. We need contractors. We need lawyers. We need engineers. We need people who perhaps are retired who say, you know what, just because I'm retired doesn't mean that I don't have still things to give. So I encourage people to get in touch with me, visit our website, follow us on social media. Whether you do or don't, then pick up the phone and just call us, because there's an opportunity for you to really be involved in a great organization.
Oh, nice. I guess Jim was hinting before we turn on the mics. Jim hates the mic. So about, I think it was the Gala and Duxbury. Can you talk about both of those things with us?
Sure. So we serve 35 cities and towns. So we're always looking for places to build, and we'll build in any of those communities. And currently we are finishing the house that I just talked about, which is a single family home, but we've broken ground on a 6-unit subdivision. So we'll be welcoming home 6 families in the next 2 years. And how we fund that is to come to the Gala. It is an opportunity to participate in our auction. This is the first year we're going to be at Granite Links. For the past, 15 years, we've been at Reebok's world headquarters. And as you know, in the industry, Reebok sold their building. So we need to define
out of Canton,
places.
downtown.
Out of Canton to downtown, which I personally think we should still have, an opportunity to go back there. But you can come. There are still tickets available. But ideally, it's your Gala. Come, be with great people. You can support us, and if not, save the date for June next year, because you should be there. It's the party to be at on the South Shore.
Wow. If somebody needs to find you or learn more about Habitat for Humanity and in Massachusetts, the South Shore, how would they do that?
Best way everybody knows is the website, sshabitat.org, or they can certainly, when they get there, they can see the telephone numbers, and both our Twitter and our social media Facebook page is right there on the website. And the other place to find us is right down the street at our Restore, which is a community donation center that allows people to donate to, so corporations, businesses, and individuals.
And where is that? Let's be clear.
357 Columbia Road, just down the street in Hanover.
Right.
And it is a donation center. We will pick up your items, but the goal is to be able to take these products, get them to not end up in landfills, and we turn around and sell them to the public so we can put money back in. It's a sustainable funding source for us. But we need more people to come, shop, donate, and of course you can always volunteer.
Wow. Really impressive. We're going to be back here again. Will you come again and talk to us about your projects?
I would love to come. We are going to have a project in Easton. We are going to have projects in Hingham, and we're closing out in Duxbury. And if for all the listeners here on the South Shore, we need to be building in your community. So we'll be back.
Great. Thank you very much. We really appreciate you being on the show. And I want to thank Jim Farrell again. We are, as I said at the beginning, at the world headquarters of PR First in Hanover, Massachusetts. And we appreciate all the food he brought in this morning, too. I know Chris Gerald has been eating it up, doing food tests. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back after these messages.